fuck do all these dimensions mean, bro? It's time to show you on the board. There's quite a few dimensions, so I'm going to give you 1 through to 7, and then I'm going to give you a few more after that as well. The thing with dimensions is that they're not just limited to what you guys believe. Dimensions are actually pretty fucking straightforward. And I've got a bunch of colors, so I'm going to make sure that you understand it properly with some really nice drawings. So the first dimension is associated with the color red, because red is associated with your security and survival. Essentially, what this governs is whether or not you are just staying alive, right? Are you alive or dead? One dimension. Simple as that. P.S. Make sure you're saving this for later as well. It might help you. The next one is basically feeling and reproducing, because when you feel, you have attraction, and when you have attraction, you can turn 1 into 2. Then after feeling and reproducing, it's then thinking, which is the third dimension. Essentially responsible for your thinking side of your life, right? Which is associated with yellow, because that gives you the power to determine, I want to do this or I want to do that, which is going to contribute to you staying alive and making sure that you're feeling good and you are capable of bow chicka wow wow. Now this next part you want to save for later, because this is the part where everybody makes stuff up and has no idea what's going on. I'm 4D. I'm 4-dimensional. No one cares, man. Let me tell you what 4D really is. 4D is basically intellect. So you have staying alive, feeling and reproducing, and you can think what you want to do to stay alive and reproduce and feel. And then you've got your intellect. So essentially you can decide whether or not it is an intellectual smart thing to be doing. That is 4-dimensional, essentially applying perspective to your thoughts so that you can change the way you feel and ultimately change the way you stay alive. And then you've got 5D, 5-dimensional. Essentially, that is the position of love. So you are now no longer coming from a place of, yes, I need to be intellectual about this. You love everything, including the system that's broken you, including your parents that may have treated you like shit, including all of your exes that have treated you like a complete arsehole. All of that kind of stuff, you learn to love it, because you then become intellectual enough by applying love to your thoughts, right? And then that will change the way you feel about certain things, and that helps you contribute to your staying alive. That's how it's working. Right, you ready for the next part, which is like 6-dimensional? Of course you fucking are. Let's go. Okay, 6-dimension is essentially you taking all of that and developing new behavioral patterns and becoming more intuitive about it. So essentially, this is the point where you start to get into intuitive awareness, right? Because what you're now doing is you want to stay alive. How do you want to stay alive? You want to feel and you want to reproduce certain behaviors, habits, patterns, maybe even just reproduce like this. And then from there, you're going to think about the way you're going to do it, apply intelligence, make sure you're coming from a place of love. And then ultimately that builds intuitive awareness that allows you to become more positive and more engaged with the things you do and the things you are actively practicing in order to make your life better. And now we're on to the final one. Make sure you save this for later, share this with a friend, and repost it. And make sure you comment some gratitude, because I'm just here to teach you for free. Finally, you've got 7D, and 7D is essentially white. So have you noticed how they follow the colors of your chakras, or chakras as you guys say? So here, this everything is, right? Everything is just happening. Your opinions, your point of view, your perspective, everything that you are doesn't really matter, because everything is just happening and no one cares about your opinions and thoughts. So you want to stay alive like the Bee Gees, and that's by feeling and reproducing, i.e. creating, and then you apply thought, intellect, love, and then that develops intuition and further awareness until you realize everything just is. You can do what you want, you can be secure, you can be happy, you can not have to worry about a lot of this shit. Now, there are more dimensions that you need to be mindful of. So, when you start to get everything in check. So, this one is making sure that you have safety and security. This one is making sure that you have a good sense of financial and creativity, or some form of family or emotional stability. Here, you want to have good mental health and mental stability and personal power and confidence. Here, you want to have a sense of intuition and intellectualism and learn to acquire knowledge and wisdom. And then you want to step into a place of love, which is 5D. After 5D, you want to then step into your intuition, which is 6.
And then you want to step into just everything being as it is, because none of it really matters. However, if you do want to step into 8, 9, 10, 11, or 12, right? In fact, there's 14 in total. The way that works is by understanding that there are dualities, ups and downs to every single one of these. And every time that you are channeling a particular frequency, that this determines whether or not you are on the top side of that frequency or on the bottom side of that frequency. So depending on where you are, because you'll be in love or hate, you'll also be in awareness, but you'll also be unconscious. You can be staying alive, or you can just be inactive or basically close to dead. Feeling, you're apathetic. Thinking, you're just doing. You get me? So there's basically polar opposites to everything that is going on, essentially. So if you've got any questions, put them in the comments. I'd love to be able to help you. Share this with a friend, repost this, because knowledge is everything, and we just want to simplify it here. So thank you very much for your time. Love and light to all. Peace.